Hi everyone, I'm Cliff Amanda. This is baby Vincent, and we have Tot Jordan here. And how are you doing today, Tot Jordan?
I'm doing really good today.
Good.
Feeling happy. How about you?
Well, I'm feeling happy now, but I've been kind of scared lately. I've had some scary feelings. Just sometimes some of the things I hear about what's going on in the world today scares me. And I feel scary feelings. Isla's told me sometimes that she feels scary feelings, but I'm just working on that because, you know, I have to take really good care of myself and talk about my feelings and talk about it with my family. And, you know, when I think about it, I can try to think about things in a different way to help me feel better. Because I think even though sometimes things are scary, we're staying as a family strong, we're staying together, and it kind of gives me hope that, you know, I can look at things in a different way, that we are actually really strong right now. We're having to be really strong, even when we're scared sometimes. Like, it's okay to feel that, and, you know, and I'm kind of stronger for it. And if I think about it in that way, it's like, wow, well, you know, I am at least getting stronger in my heart.
You are. No, I see that. And that reminds me of talking to Isla, too. Sometimes Isla's scared and she talks about it being a scary time, kind of. But then when we talk about it, we realize that there's a lot of really good things going on in this time that could only be happening because of this time. And that we're really lucky that we're healthy and that we're able to be together as a family. So that's making us a lot stronger. And it also kind of reminds me of what you're talking about, things kind of being scary, seeming scary, but then when you really think about it, like, there's a lot of good things and they're not that scary, too, at the same time. And it reminds me of the Skakwel eel. The eel. Yeah. And how the eel, our Skakwel, looks really scary.
They got all those teeth.
It's got all those teeth, and then it slithers around kind of like a snake when it swims, and it just looks really strange. But it's actually not scary at all. They don't bite, you know, they can't hurt you at all. And they're actually really, really great. They're really good food. And we were cooking some last week. Yeah. And when we were cooking it, it was reminding me of my elders, of my dad and his dad, and how they used to eat eel and go eeling around here in our creeks and around the Grand Round area. And all the elders around today that ate eel growing up and used to go down and catch eels with their parents, and how we've been doing that, you know, since our ancestors who taught us that. And so that's a really really fun thing about
it. So it's a special food.
It's special. And like I said, they look scary, but they're actually not. They're actually they're a hero fish.
A hero fish. That's cool.
Yeah, they're a hero fish. So thanks for talking about your feelings. It just reminded me of that. And yeah, eels are great.
Yeah, they are. I brought a friend today, Tot Jordan.
Oh!
Yeah.
I love it when you bring friends.
Can you sing him a song?
I wonder who it is today. I can.
Go for it.
How do I do that?
Oh, you gotta get your drum.
Oh yeah, my drum. I'm just being a little goofy. Alright. Got my drum in my bag.
What are you gonna sing?
Well, because we're talking about Skakwel and we gather Skakwel, I'll sing my gathering song that I have.
am Todd Jordan.
L'chaim.
Naganim Ina.
Ina, Maiga.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to see you today.
My name's Ina.
What's your name? Ina. Beaver.
I'm a beaver.
Beaver. It's good to see you, Ina.
Yeah, I just climbed out of the river.
Yeah, isn't that where you normally live?
Yep, I live in the river and I build my dams there. You may have seen my house there down there before. Have you?
I have seen it. You build it out of sticks, right?
Yep.
It looks
And
like
logs.
a big pile of sticks kind of all gathered up into a big bunch.
I have these big teeth in my mouth and I'm always chewing on them.
Oh, do you like to eat sticks?
Yep.
Ah, cool. What else do you eat?
Mostly wood and bark and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about something that you might know about.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen Skockwell around? What's wrong? Beaver? Ina? What's wrong? Oh, hey, what's wrong?
What did you say?
I said Skockwell. Oh, well, hey, come back up here. It's okay. Why are you scared?
Skockwell's scary, Todd Jordan.
Why do you think Skockwell's scary?
He's scary. He's got all those teeth and he's always in the river and he's going up the waterfalls and he's scary. He scares me.
Oh, so you'll see eel sticking on the rocks
Yeah.
with its mouth and jumping up with that scary mouth. All those
Yeah.
teeth. Yeah, it can look scary.
Is he here?
But I can tell you that they're not scary at all. They're not scary at all.
They're not?
And you wouldn't know that because you don't eat them. You just kind of live in the river
I stay
by
away
them,
from
and
them.
you can see them, and they look scary, but they're not. I catch them and eat them, and that's what our people do here in Grand Round. They're really awesome, actually. They're really cool fish.
Really?
Yeah, and they actually are way older than you or most of us. They're an ancient fish.
Oh.
Skockwell have been around since the time of the dinosaurs.
Wow.
And
well, that's pretty cool.
They're ancient. They survived for millions of years.
Wow.
And we actually have an old story about how Skockwell is a hero. And I call him a hero because there's an old story around the Willamette Falls, around Dumbwater. And there was a village that was starving. And they were taught how to eat eels by a headman, by a chief. Tyee down at Willamette Falls. He taught them to eat these eels, and so people actually survived. The village was going to starve.
Oh, wow.
They didn't have any food, and then they learned how to eat eels, and then they started living off of eels, and so eels saved their life.
So he is kind of a hero fish.
He is kind of a hero
Not
fish.
a scary fish.
No, not a scary fish at all. And actually, there's a nice statue they put up right by Willamette Falls that Todd Travis designed, and it stands there, and it's the man from Cossack Chicks holding eels up in the air, and it represents when he taught people to eat eels.
Can you show us a picture of that?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of that right now. Let's take a look. I'll pop it up on the screen. So there's the
Todd
statue.
Jordan, can you tell me more about your people in Ealing?
Yeah, so we still eel today, and a lot of people go down to Willamette Falls from the tribe, and we'll get all kinds of eels down there, and then they'll give them out to the different families of the tribe, and that's how we cooked eel last week. We had some in our freezer, and they were caught down at Willamette Falls, and then they were given to us. So we're really grateful that the tribe does all that work down there at the falls. That's hard work, grabbing the eels off the rocks.
Yeah.
It's a really fun thing to do, though, because you have to go to a waterfall. That's where the eels like to hang out. And they'll hang on those rocks, and then you just grab them right off the rocks.
Well, I have seen you guys doing that before. It's pretty cool looking when you're out there, too.
Yeah.
You work hard in the river like I do.
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of different work in the river, too.
Mm-hmm.
But we always like seeing you. We like seeing your work. I like sometimes going up to your little your houses that you build, and sometimes I'll borrow a little stick, and I'll make it into a drumstick, because you carve it up really nice with those teeth, and so you make those sticks perfect for us to turn into drumsticks.
Ah,
And
well,
so,
I'm glad it's useful.
yeah.
What's this?
Oh, I have a book about all the things that I was just talking about. There's a really awesome book right here. If you want me to read it to you,
Did Mercedes write this book?
Yes, Mercedes Jones and Crystal Starr.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Starr did all the pictures in this book, and they're really beautiful paintings that she did of eels and then about a family going to get them. So we could read this and learn more about what we were just talking about if you want to.
Okay, Skockwool the hero fish.
All right, let's learn more about Skockwool. This book is called Let's Go Eeling. Written by Mercedes Jones, illustrated by Crystal Starr. The season was changing. The rain had stopped, and the sun was now in the sky. The bugs began to come out, and ants were beginning to fly. The days were getting longer, and we just had our first hot night. All of this meant it was time to go catch Skockwool. I have never been eeling before, but Papa said I would learn this year. Every year, Papa, Mama, Uncle, and brother would go to Willamette Falls to catch Skockwool. Mama and Papa told me and my brother stories of how Coyote built Willamette Falls to help the tribes catch salmon there. Before, I always had to stay with Grandma because I was too little to go. But this year, I get to learn how to catch Skockwool. We will travel to Willamette Falls, catch Skockwool, and return home all in one day. We will go eeling 3 days in a row. Before we go, we have to pack the things we will need. We will need a Skockwool e-kick stick and an upquina to carry the Skockwool. On the way, we will stop and pick salmon berries to eat as snacks. I was getting excited. Before bed, Papa told us the story of why Skockwool have no bones. We will leave when the sun comes up. Get some sleep so you can be well rested for our long day tomorrow. Tomorrow you will learn how to catch Skockwool, said Papa. I closed my eyes and drifted off to sleep. Morning came, and it was time to go eeling. Papa, Mama, brother, and uncle were all ready to go. I followed right behind Papa. Papa carried the Skockwool e-kick stick over his shoulder. Uncle and Mama carried the upquina. We stopped and picked salmon berries on our way to the Tumwada. As we got closer, I could hear the Tumwada. I could hear the water gushing over the rocks and crashing down into the large pool below. I began to imagine what the Skockwool would feel like when I caught them. Would it be easy? Would they feel slimy? I was ready to start eeling. We arrived at Willamette Falls. Mama and brother went one way to a slower flowing stream. Uncle took the Skockwool e-kick stick and crossed the water to the other side. He reached behind the Tumwada with the Skockwool e-kick stick and hooked a Skockwool. He brought the stick back hand over hand, taking the Skockwool off the hook and putting it in his upquina. I followed Papa up the rocks that were next to the Tumwada. They were covered in Skockwool. The Skockwool were suction cupped to the rocks, trying to make their way up the Tumwada. I reached out to grab a Skockwool. Papa quickly stopped me. When catching Skockwool, you never grab one at the front. You always grab a Skockwool from the back of the group. They are smart and have a good nose. If they see you take one of their friends, they will all scatter, and then we won't be able to catch any Skockwool, he said. Papa began to show me how to catch Skockwool. Do you see where the gills are? Their gills are those 7 round holes on the sides of their body, Papa said. The Skockwool feels soft right there.
Grab the skockle right behind their gills and hold tight. They are slippery and will wriggle. Then throw them in the upquana. Papa reached out and grabbed a skockle right off the rock and tossed it into the upquana. It was my turn. I reached my hand into the tumwada and felt the skockle. They were oily. I grabbed the skockle tightly and pulled it away from the rock. "I got a skockle," I said. Just then the skockle slipped out of my hand and back into the tumwada. I looked at Papa. "Try again," said Papa. I reached back into the tumwada. I grabbed another skockle with both hands. It wriggled and wrapped around my arm. I quickly put it into the upquana and looked at Papa. He was smiling at me. Our basket was filling up with skockle. We spent all day catching skockle. When we arrived home, I counted the skockle. We caught 50 skockle. The second day, we went back to the Willamette Falls and caught 75 more. On the third day, we caught 100 more skockle. I was an expert skockle catcher. We arrived at home after the last day of eeling and began to prepare the skockle to be preserved. We cut up the skockle and put it on sticks and roasted it over the fire. It tasted so good. Everyone liked it, except Grandma. She never did like the taste of skockle. After our bellies were full, we smoked the rest of the skockle so we could save it for wintertime. Papa and Mama hugged me goodnight. "Good night, my son. You caught many skockle and have provided for your family, and for that, I am very proud of you," said Papa. Kabit Kagwa.
Thank you, Todd Jordan, for reading me that book. Well, I better skedaddle. I need to go back down to the river and work more on my house.
All right, Oski.
Okay, Oski.
Masi.
Vincent, Oski with Amanda. Oski.
Cool, huh?
Well, that was fun. So do you want to tell them what we've seen recently?
The last few days, we've started seeing the eel ants. You know, little ants with wings flying around, and they're called eel ants because when you see those ants with the wings flying around, that means that it's a good time to go get eels.
So we went down up Agency and we went to go check out the eels. So let's clip to that.
L'chaim. We're out here now at the waterfall on Agency Creek, about 5 minutes by car from the preschool, and we came here to look at the skockle and to visit them at their house. So we're going to be going down there to Agency Creek at this waterfall, and we're going to go see if we can find any skockle, maybe sticking to the rocks, and if we don't, we can just kind of see where they live and say thank you and just offer them something. Got a little tobacco that Isla brought that we'll offer to them to say thank you, and that we hope that they do really well this year in the water. So we're down here at the falls now, and it's a really nice day, and I'm really happy to be in a place where eels like to live for part of the year. When they get bigger and they start swimming up the river, kind of like salmon, they hatch from eggs, and they swim up here, and they get to these waterfalls, and these rocks all over here are really slick, and a lot of the year are underwater, but this time of year, the water goes down, and then when the eels come, they like to jump up these waterfalls, and they stick to the rocks with their mouth. And this is a place where we've seen eel a lot. Eel likes to live here. It's just really nice to be at a waterfall too. So me and Isla are gonna walk over to this little waterfall so that we can say thank you and talk a little bit about how grateful we are to be here and that we're really thankful for the eel and how good the eel treats us. We can catch eel and cook them and it becomes really good food. It's strong and healthy. So we're gonna walk over here now and say some stuff to the waterfall and Isla brought some tobacco. We didn't see any eels right here, but I do know they like to live on the other side. On the other side of this rock, the water goes really fast. There's a lot of water in there, and it's really deep. They're like deep holes where the water's super deep next to the rock. So we're gonna try to get across this somehow and pull off the jump, and then walk over there and see if we can find any stockpile on the other side. Let's go, Andrew.
Over here is not really deep, so they wouldn't like to do anything, but baby, what else is that? A light right here, and then a car at mine, and snail. So, we're gonna get going now.
Hi, we have little Vincent here by the waterfall, and we are just taking very safe steps on the wet rocks because it can get a little slippery. So Isla is holding hands with her dad, and I'm holding on tight to Vincent, and we're just watching every step we take and finding a home for our feet so that we make sure that it feels safe under our foot every time we take a step on the wet, slippery rocks.
All the way on the rock, and then which is really great for us.
Well, that was a really good trip over to the falls. Even though we didn't see any eels today, it was still fun visiting a place where they like to hang out a lot when they're on their way, you know, getting strong. They're swimming up the river. They're going to go and lay more eggs and get ready for next year. So it's always really nice, too, to go to the waterfall, you know, and to hang out there. I know I felt a lot better after we went.
Me too.
Gain a lot of strength from being around the waterfall like that and to hear it and to feel it. So that was a really fun time.
And it's really good to think about Skockwell and as, you know, we're thinking about Skockwell as a hero fish, and it's good to have those heroes we hang on to, and there are heroes in our families and heroes in the tribe and heroes in the community that we, you know, think about during this time that we're grateful for, and We're thinking a lot about Dr. Empey. She's doing really great work up in Portland.
Oh yeah, she's a tribal member who's a doctor.
And normally she's taking care of the kids out here in Grand Ronde, but right now she's, you know, doing work at the hospital and fighting the coronavirus. So we're grateful for that. There's a lot of strength, you know, that we can look to and feel grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah, really grateful for all that. So thanks for coming with us today again and for watching us, and we hope you had fun, and I know I had a lot of fun, and we all did as a family doing that. So until next time, keep staying home, staying safe, and being with your families.
Aki.